But before that, we have Rabbi Joshua Hammerman speaking next, Rabbi Emeritus at Temple Beth El in Stamford, who now lives in Madison. He is an award-winning journalist and author, and you can follow him on his newsletter called In This Moment on Substack. Rabbi Hammerman, welcome.
I'm just so honored to be here as a recent immigrant to the shoreline. And I've been welcomed beautifully. I didn't need my passport. It was great. And I felt an obligation to be here as a rabbi, even though it is my Sabbath, in the wake of recent hate-based attacks, especially on people of faith in their places of worship. There's never been a greater need to come together. We have to pool our spiritual resources now more than ever to reclaim the moral high ground that has for too long been given over to those who wear masks of piety to cover their corruption, their greed, their hatred of the stranger in our midst. The upcoming days are a time of sacred celebration for all of us. For Christians, it's Holy Week, a time of rebirth. For Jews, it's Passover, the time of liberation. For Muslims, Ramadan has just ended. And for the White House, it's April Fool's Day. They love to play us for fools, to fool us once, fool us twice, fool us every day. That's especially true when they clothe themselves in false piety. Yes, this regime uses religion in the most, shall I say, god-awful ways. They use religion to divide and torture. We use religion to unite and nurture. They use religion to stoke fear and resentment. We use religion to promote coexistence and contentment. They use religion to incarcerate children. We use religion to embrace the stranger. They use religion to trivialize mass carnage and war, turning it into a video game. We use it to proclaim that all human beings are created in God's image. They quote chapter and verse to justify their inhumanity. We quote the Bible to affirm our resolve. My favorite verse right now is Psalm 109, verse 8. Look it up. Yu yamav atim pekudato yikach acher. May his days in office be few. May another take over his position. Psalm 109:8. I want to see it behind home plate when the cameras are on. Something remarkable is occurring right now. Religion is making a comeback. Not the fake religion that justifies oppression, abuse, and discrimination, but real religion, the kind that tells truth to power, the kind that disdains corruption, the kind that provides comfort when your life has fallen apart, the kind that brings communities together to defend the weakest and most vulnerable, that picks up a neighbor's kids and takes them to school because the parents fear they will be arrested if they leave the house. We are seeing a religious revival, one keyed by the values of compassion and courage, of kindness and honesty, of trust and truth. While Trump is driving the world off a cliff, we are discovering again our moral compass. This is America's reawakening. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel wrote, "Indifference to evil is worse than evil itself. In a free society, some are guilty, but all are responsible." We are all responsible to stop those who have killed and deported and lied and stolen and desecrated our moral foundation and trampled upon our Constitution. Nothing matters more right now than that we stop this evil. We cannot be distracted by all the things that could divide us. We must be united, and that's why I am here. And I have news for the man in Mar-a-Lago who calls himself God's chosen. God begs to differ. God does not believe that might makes right. God is not steering us into an apocalypse. God did not choose you, Donald. In the words of one coexistence advocate, may the convergence of Passover, Easter, and Ramadan remind us that we really do belong to each other, that our diversity is part of what makes us us. There is room at the table for us all. On D-Day of June 1944, President Roosevelt went on the radio and recited a prayer to steady the resolve of the American people. FDR's words for that prayer apply perfectly to our current, equally perilous existential moment. He said, "With thy blessing, we shall prevail over the unholy forces of our enemy. Help us to conquer the apostles of greed and racial arrogancies. Lead us to the saving of our country and with our sister nations into a world of unity that will spell a sure peace, a peace invulnerable to the scheming of unworthy men, and a peace that will let all humanity live in freedom, reaping the just rewards of their honest toil. Amen." This is my prayer for America. And now I want to conclude by teaching you the Hebrew words to a psalm, Psalm 133. It's a very special passage, and words that imagine a true harmony that our faith traditions envision. How good and pleasant it can be when all God's children dwell together as one. Repeat after me. Hine, Matov, Uma, Naim. You've all been to Hebrew school. Shevet, Achim, you got the ch. Good. Gam, Yachad. If you know it, join me. And if not, try to learn it. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Again, hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad, hinei ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad, hinei ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad, hinei ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Thank you very much.